Hello everyone, my name is Amanda Waldhart and you are here with Amanda's InspirationStation.com, and today is a Wednesday, so it is our weekly Wednesday. For those of you who have never joined us for a weekly Wednesday or me, I every Wednesday come on and I do a video and I pick either a stamp set or a bundle and I create 2 projects with it. And then I have it on my YouTube channel. I have a printed project sheet on the 2 projects that we make. A project sheet will give you the colored copy pictures. It'll give you the supply list and it'll give you the measurements. It's completely free and it's at my blog, Amanda'sInspirationStation.com. You can just click it and then print it. Okay, so today we are going to make some really cute things. We're going to make a card and a little treat that matches, and we are going to use the Sweets and Treats bundle. This is a bundle with dies, so I have my dies right in here. However, this is kind of tricky, so I want to share this. When I say it's a bundle, it's not a bundle together. So let me be a little bit more specific, because I just realized when I said that, that's kind of crazy. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up the page here. So this stamp set is on page 11 of the mini catalog. The dies are a bundle, but they are not a bundle with this stamp set. Here's the confusing part. Let's fast forward over here to page 22. There is a bundle here called Classic Cliche, and this bundle has the stamp set and dies. Here's the stamp set. Here's the dies that go with it. These dies go to this, but it also, this right here and this will also coordinate with this. So you're really getting dies. You could do one of 2 things. You could do both stamp sets and have 1 die for both stamp sets, which that's a bang for your buck, right? Or you could do one or the other. I personally, this stamp set, honestly, this is my opinion, this stamp set doesn't do anything for me. It's not my style. It's not my taste. So I just went over here and bought just the dies only for $29. And then I bought the stamp set. So that way I had this to go with my, I'm flinging things, to go with this stamp set. Now, granted, I just shared that with you for multiple reasons. A, because I think it's confusing and everybody should know. But I also shared it because when I opened up this stamp set, these were here, and I wanted to make sure and clarify. All right. After all of that, we are totally not using the dies. So there's that. But we are going to use the stamp set, clearly, because I want that cute candied apple. Now, how I even came about this project is because I live in Janesville, Wisconsin, and we have a farm and fleet. I don't know. I know it's a Midwest thing, so I don't know where you live and if you have a farm and fleet, but I got these at Farm and Fleet, and they come out at Halloween time, and they're caramel apple taffies. They're saltwater taffy. I love saltwater taffy. I think it's either you love it or you don't. I have not had one of these yet, though, for multiple reasons. I'm really trying not to eat my sweets, but I just haven't had one yet. But super excited about these because I was like, well, this is perfect for these treat boxes, these acetate treat boxes. Now, I used my last one. I do have more coming. So they come in a pack. This is the bag that it comes with. I have just the pieces to the project in here, but it comes in a bag and there are 10 of them, and it is found in the annual catalog. So all I did was I filled this box filled with them, and then I did a belly band and we did like a front design. And then I did a card to match. But see, we got some background here. We're going to use a new mask and our blending brush. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's work on the card first. So we have a card here, and we are using Poppy Parade, Just Shade, and Basic Whites. So I am using the Just Jade cardstock for the base, and it measures at 5.5 by 8.5. If you score it, you would score it at 4 1/4. I'm just going to fold it in half, and then I'm going to take my bone folder and I'm going to varnish in that crease line. So I'm going to do that. Now I have an inside piece here. This inside piece measures at 4 by 5 1/4, and that's going to go straight in the inside. But before well, actually we can do that. It doesn't really matter. I was just going to say, let's do the mask part first, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you do first. All right. So the mask. This is also found in the annual or the mini catalog, mini. And it is called the Adorning Designs Decorative Masks. And there are 4, I believe. So there's this one, which is the one we're going to use. Then we have this shape, which I'm going to show you the shape. So then there's that one. There is the snowflakes. And then there is the stripes, like peppermint stripes. Now, you can use these masks a couple different ways. I really do like these masks a lot. They're relatively inexpensive. They're $6, I believe. You get 4 of them. And you can use them with daubers, sponge daubers, sponges. I like them with the blending brushes. I think they go by quicker. But I like these because they give a card or a project just extra texture in the background. So, or extra texture on a piece of paper that may be part of your layer of your card. However you spin it, it gives it extra texture. So what we're going to do, a little extra design, is I'm going to place my card here. Now you can do one of 2 things. You can hold it, and a lot of times I do. Or you can take some washi tape that you have in your drawer, because if you're a crafter, you have washi tape in that drawer of yours. I have like a whole big, huge, clear jar of them. And they're great for this kind of project. Or if you don't have washi tape, which I find that very surprising, but there may be some of you who do not have it. Painter's tape works really well. So you could use painter's tape. All right, we are going to get out our Just Jade because I'm going to do tone on tone, so color on color. And I'm just going to kind of go in a circular motion like this. And I'm literally just going to kind of go in a circular motion. So I'm going to keep inking that up. And I'm just going to go in a circular motion. What I like about this too is sometimes some of it will be a little bit lighter and a little bit darker in other areas. And I like that look. So I'm just going to kind of go in a circular motion. And that's it. That's how easy it is. And the nice thing about these is they're plastic. You can literally just pick it up and go take it under your sink and rinse it off. Or if you have a wet wipe, you could use that too. Voila, look at that. Yay. See, it just gives it a little extra fun, and I like it. Okay, so our second layer is going to be Poppy Parade, and this measures at 3.5 by 4 3/4. Now I'm placing that flat on the center, so I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to place that down. I'm just going to place that flat. And I want to center it. I made this piece smaller so that you could actually see the design of what we did underneath. Then I have this scalloped rectangle. This is from the Scallop Contour Dies. I use this a lot. Same with this. This is the second to largest. This is the third to largest. This piece here, though, is part of our in color. So this is Just Jade. So this is our in color 6x6 paper stack. So I am going to place this flat, the white one. And I'm going to just kind of center that and place that flat. All right. So now this one's going to be a little bit different because I'm going to place this white after we stamp flat, but then I'm going to pop this one up. So we're just going to make this very simple, but we're going to use a tool that I haven't used in a long time, like a fun little thing. We're going to use the Shimmery Crystal Effects, and I really like this. This is what gives it that glossy glaze look. Now it is shimmery, but it's not as shimmery as I would like it. So once we do this, I'm going to add more shimmer to it by putting a little Wink of Stella on it. I'm a glitter girl. I like glitter. So we're going to stamp this caramel apple in cinnamon cider. And we're just going to kind of do it, not really center, a little bit higher than center, because I want to make sure that I still have enough room to use my Memento ink pad to do the happy birthday at the bottom. And we're going to do happy birthday, just like that. All right, now we're going to use a blend. We're going to use our Dark Poppy Parade blend. And we're also going to use our dark cinnamon cider blend. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to color in the apple parts in the Dark Poppy Parade. And then I'm going to color in the caramel part and the stem. So I'm going to color in that. And before we put our cards together, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the other thing too, because I'm going to do it after we do this one. It does take a little bit of time for this shimmery crystal effects to dry. So I think what I'm going to do is, now that I have this stamped, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place this on here flat. We're just going to kind of center that. I'm going to get my dimensionals and I'm going to go ahead and pop it up, because it doesn't matter if it's on a flat surface for me to put that crystal effects on. So we're just going to go like this. And we're going to do that like that. So now our card is put together. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place this on. And it is kind of goopy. So see how it's kind of goopy? I just kind of like dab it all around. And then I kind of just smear it. See how it kind of looks like a whitish color? It's almost got, and I'm going to lift it up so you guys can see it. It will dry where it's like shiny. So basically, I mean, it's almost like it's a glue. Like it looks like a glue, but when it dries, it gives it a more of a glossy look. So it does kind of look like a glue. I'm going to wait to do the Wink of Stella last on that. And then I have my bows already. I already tied these together. I just used some linen thread. I love linen thread. To me, that's like a must-have. You must have that in your drawer. It's kind of like your refrigerator. Like, what are some of your must-haves? I have to have onions always in my house. Like, if there's not onions in the house, then we're in trouble. All right, so we'll let that dry for a minute while we come over and we start making this one. And actually, what I think we're going to do is, while we're putting that together, let's quick stamp the other one so that it gives it a little bit of time to dry. And I just realized, do I not have another box for this? Oh, you guys. Well, we'll still make it, and then we'll just pretend we filled a box. How's that? Well, I guess, yeah, I just realized, duh, I used the last box for this. Well, that's okay, because I still wanted to show you. All right, so let's go ahead and do this, and we'll just make the belly wrap, and then you obviously can figure out how to stuff this box with these. All right, so let's go ahead. We're going to use Memento again, because on this one, we're going to do a tasty treat for someone sweet. I got so excited to do this video, I didn't even pay attention to see if I had another thing. I'm sure I do in my closet, but I don't feel like getting up and going and digging while I'm with you guys. So I'm not going to. All right, so let's get out the cinnamon cider. And we're going to do the caramel apple again. All right. I love caramel apples. I mean, I find it, now that I'm older, it's really hard for me to bite into it. But when I was a kid, even older, I loved them. Just now I feel like I have a hard time. I feel like I have to cut them up. I can't really eat them off the stick anymore. All right. We're gonna color in our caramel. And we're gonna color in our stick. And then again, we'll do the crystal effects. And I just kind of put a glob, rub it around. I mean, it is shimmery when you're using it. I'm sure on the video you can't really see. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I just made that worse by changing the light, but it is shimmery. It's just not as shimmery as I like it. So see how like it's starting to dry and you can see the shimmer, but I like to add more shimmer to it. All right. So we have a couple pieces. We're still using those scallop contour dies. This is the largest one. Then we're using the second to largest one. And then we're using a piece of 6x6 designer series paper, but this one comes from the Brights pack. And this is measured here at 2, let's see here. It's at 2 5/8. And then by 3 7/8. So it is kind of a different measurement. And I'm going to place that right in the center. I wanted it so that you could still see the stitched edge all the way around the scallop. Okay, so this went flat onto this piece, but we're going to use our dimensionals to pop this piece up. All right. And we'll pop this piece up. And we're going to center that. And then I should have put this on before I put that on. Here, let's see if I can do something. I'm just going to lightly curve it. There we go. There, now I have some. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and use dimensionals on the back of this too. So let me. Oops. Well, for Pete's sakes, some days I can whip dimensionals on and off like there's no tomorrow. And then other days I struggle. All right. I think today's one of my struggle days. All right. So now we're going to place that in the center. Again, we have our linen thread bow. And we're going to put that wherever. All right. So now this piece here, this piece is 2 by 11. So you're just taking one sheet of cardstock and you're cutting it the long way, 2 inches, because what you're going to do is you're going to wrap it around. Now I'm going to share a little tip with you guys. When I did this, I wrapped it around and you can see the seam. Had I done this again for you on the video, I would not have done it that way. I would have wrapped it from the back and I would have brought it in the front, because then this, when I put this over, would have covered the seam and you would not have seen the seam. So with that said, I would have done that. And I'm just going to open this box. These boxes are great. Let's see how many fit in there. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. 18 of these taffies fit in there. And you're just literally placing them in there and then wrapping your belly band around with your seam in the front is what I would do this time. And then let's shove these back in here. So we're pretending we're doing this, so that I don't have to go digging for another one of these boxes. I know I have them on order too, because I use these a lot. Sometimes I like to just make cards and put them in there. All right, so there's that. And then you would just put dimensionals on here. So I made it so that it doesn't slide off. I secured it on, and then you would just place it on like that. So there's that. Now let's go ahead and let's use our Wink of Stella. This should be somewhat dry at this point for us to kind of do that. And I'm just dabbing. Just dabbing it on there. Because it's still a wet glue. This will take a while to dry. This is a project that will definitely, you'll have to set aside and let it dry. But see how the Wink of Stella dabbing on that glitter just gives it a little bit more? There we go. I like it. All right. Okay. I hope you guys enjoyed these projects. If you are not a YouTube subscriber of mine, it's completely free and I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. I do have a goal to hit 500 YouTube subscribers by the end of December, so I would love for you to have that. I post videos every Wednesday, and sometimes I post videos throughout the week that's not on Wednesday. So I would love for you to subscribe. All the information is in the link. So if you want to print the project sheet that's completely free, that is in the link as well. Okay? I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next week, Wednesday. Bye.